Press record.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, so my mom is a runner and she's been using heart rate, but she doesn't know what her true zones are. So I've been telling her how to do it. She still doesn't get it. So this is a little way on how to determine what your training heart rate zones should be. Today she did a 5K, and it's not the best way to determine your threshold heart rate and your heart rate zones based off of that. Typically it's a 30-minute test where you would lap your heart rate for the last 20 minutes. That's your threshold heart rate. She's done a 5K effort, so I'm gonna take the average heart rate of her mile 2 and mile 3. Those together, that average is gonna be her threshold heart rate. It will be pretty close. Now she did around 29 and a half minutes. So that is the average heart rate that I want her to give me. She doesn't know how to give that to me. So come around. That's Coach Sydney. Okay, the video is going. Let's go. Okay, so go into Garmin Connect, which is connect.garmin.com, okay? And sign in. And sign in. And so on the left-hand screen, so you have your table, it comes up like this, right? On the left-hand side of the screen, there are activities. These are all the activities that you've done. So click on all activities. In here, you'll see all of the workouts that you've done, okay? Now, I don't have heart rate on here because I don't use heart rate anymore. But let's see, if you were to just click on the activity in here, this is just from a cycle that we just did today. In here, you would see all your information and you would see splits. So click on the splits. In here, I didn't do any laps or any splits on my effort today, but because my mom's watch was set for automatic splits every mile, in here we would see all the information for each mile that she's done. So here you're seeing cycling metrics, right, or power, even temperature and how that was on that lap. But what we'll see on hers is what her cadence was for this mile, what her heart rate was for this mile, and that's that information. So what I want my mom to do is give me splits 1, 2, and 3. I care about the heart rate column, the lap heart rate for 2 and 3, giving me those. I'll average those together, and that is her threshold heart rate. Now, what do I do with that information? Well, this is my Bible, Your Best Triathlon Ever by Joe Friel. This is what I've been using since around, what, 2013?
Earlier than that. Yeah, you wrote it before then.
Maybe 2013, and this has helped me now qualify for my second Ironman World Championship. It's also helped Fiona qualify, as well as our friend qualify for Kona as well. So while this is geared towards triathlon, it is, of course, including runs. So in here, you see that we have running heart rate and LTHR, lactate threshold heart rate. You would pull up your heart rate. Now mine typically, when I was doing this and training with heart rate, was around 150. For me, I have a low heart rate, so that would mean active recovery was under 128. When I'm building my aerobic base, going out for regular runs during the week, aerobic endurance, zone 2, so heart rate is 128 to 136. Tempo, where I'm doing that 10K effort, that 45-minute type effort of solid intensity, solid effort, zone 3. So I would be looking for heart rate of 139 to 145 for that effort. Lactate threshold heart rate, now this is where I would pretty much be running that 5K at, okay? It's right along the lines of you're not going to deliver enough oxygen to your muscles, and you're going to build up lactate in your muscles, which is that piece that hurts, which makes a 5K hurt so much because you're without oxygen and your legs are building up lactate. So 144 to 153. And then aerobic capacity. So here we're going anaerobic. From here, zone 5B, zone 5C. It's not 5K. This would be stuff for a 1 mile effort. And then anaerobic, or going nearly all out without oxygen, would be, you know, your 100 meter, 200 meter, you know, your 15-second efforts. Clearly, if I'm doing 159 heart rate, and I've only ever really hit around 162, 163 max heart rate running up a hill all out, I can't do that for all day long at zone 2. So this is a visual of those heart rates, how they're increasing. Now, if you don't have this book, what do? Well, you can quickly go to trainingpeaks.com. You could search Joe Friel, and you could look at his run zones. And these would be the percentages of that lactate threshold heart rate, that 150 that I held, or the maybe 155 to 160 that my mom's lactate threshold heart rate will be. You multiply these percentages by that heart rate, and that is your zone. So when I say go for a 4 mile easy run, you know, I didn't say recovery, I said just an easy run, just go run. That would be zone 2, that's where your heart rate would be. Sorry if this was too long, but that's the gist of it. So, happy training, happy running.